sessions this Monday and also Wednesday. So if you missed this session or if you know anyone who wants to come back or have more questions, let me know. Good morning, Richard. I see your face.
Good morning.
Thank you. And I have a lot that are not my students, which is good. Let me see. I did not expect this many students. I figure I didn't see a lot of you sign on. But hey, Richard, did you ask me something email a while ago on mining?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I was trying to find your email again and I couldn't find it. I was hoping you'd jump into this so I can talk to you about it. But yeah, I remember you asked me and then I forgot about it because well, I was doing something and I don't know what happened, but I totally forgot. I apologize. But
No problem.
But give me a couple of minutes. I like to wait for everyone to jump in and then, then we can get started. Oh, wow. Okay, I just wanted to let you guys know that this is recorded. So if you guys want to watch it again or if you have any questions, let me know. Let's get started. So I wanted to basically, I had a lot of econ students asking me about blockchain. So I figure I'd start with you just to start. And if you guys like the presentation, just come back on Wednesday. If you have anybody else that want to, you think that's good, or just you here because you couldn't find anything else to do today that was interesting, that's fine too. That's actually excellent. So what I like to do is, Emily, if you don't have Nearpod, the link to Nearpod is actually, the link to Nearpod, I will post it in the chat. It's right here in my Google Classroom. And if you don't have my Google Classroom, sorry, this is not my Google Classroom class, but it's a Google Classroom code. And you know what? I'll just give you the link to the Nearpod. Or if you go on Nearpod, here's the code for Nearpod. If you guys already have Nearpod. David, if you do have a Nearpod, here's the Nearpod code. Thank you, Lynn. Yeah, that's just for some people to know about me. Because students know. Yeah, if you do have Nearpod, if you don't have Nearpod, it's something you should have from the district. And I use Nearpod to teach, so the code is right here on the top if you would like it. There you go. I see a lot of you popping up now. Wow, I have 192 now. Hey, does anybody know how to screenshot on the PC? Because I'm on my Surface, I know, but on this computer, I don't. Windows Shift? Wait, Windows S? Oh, that's not it. Oh, Windows Shift and S. Yeah, I got it. Thank you. Cool. Oh, I got 202 now. Okay, if you guys just jumped in, I have the Nearpod right here. If you want to join us on Nearpod, if not, you can just follow, but it'll be more fun if you do. I will start in 1 minute, okay? William, we're gonna talk about, I'll introduce you to the blockchain, and then I'll introduce you to basically Bitcoin, and then I'll help you open a wallet if you like. This is the wrong one. If you want, this is my my teacher's homeroom link, classroom code, and on here, and then you can find everything else. Okay, let's start because we have to, well, we have about an hour, so that's good. How many students I have? 135 in the Nearpod. Now. Okay, let's start. Okay, if you're just jumping in, that's good. And if you want, okay, so I teach economics and government at El Monte High. I've been teaching for 20 years, and so actually 21 this year. Okay, if you have any questions, we can talk about that later. But I want to get started on this. Guys, please keep one thing. Please keep the chat clean. Okay. This is not Reddit, so please keep it clean. So important things to remember. You don't have to worry about this. This is just for my class. If you have a question, you can always talk or raise your hand, and I'll let you know. But you know, basic etiquette. Okay, and then we'll get everything going. If there's a question, someone can monitor the chat for me, but we should be fine. This is all good. So before we start, I'd like to know what you guys know about cryptocurrency, or how many of you have started first. And so I like to know what you know about crypto. So I have a little survey for you. Let me know what you know, okay? How much do you know about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency? So quick survey. You can say, I trade daily and have a wallet. I know how it works. Never heard of it, never heard anything about it, or you think it's a scam. If you didn't get a chance to answer, I'm gonna give you one more chance, another 45, okay? Because it looks like, good, okay. And then we'll move on. So it looks like most of you have heard about it, okay? How many of you have actually, there's 2 people that traded daily? Ryan, Hannah, what do you own?
I might be. I know what it is. I don't trade.
Oh, okay. Well, there's levels of trading too. So, some people just buy and hold on Coinbase or Robinhood. Some people actually trade daily, and some people just keep it forever on paper wallet. So, all right, it looks like more than half have heard about it, which is good. A couple have never heard about. Some know how it works, and a few no answer. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the basic. I'm going to explain to you what Bitcoin is, but before we do that, I want to explain to you what the blockchain technology is, okay? We're not going to watch the whole video. It's only 5 minutes, but it's actually a really good introduction because Bitcoin is built on the blockchain, okay? And there's so many different blockchains, and I'll show you that in a little bit, okay? So we're going to watch this blockchain. She's a really famous, hold up, guys.
Mister, we can't hear anything.
Please.
I think it's because you have
To turn the page.
Okay, I apologize about this. I'll turn this down, and I'm gonna play it from my side, okay? Because my mic is not working on my computer, so I'm gonna do this, okay, guys? I'm gonna play it from this computer. You guys can watch this one, right?
You still can't hear it, mister.
Animal Ventures.
Oh, there you go.
I've been challenged to explain one concept at 5 levels of increasing complexity. My topic is blockchain technology. Blockchain is a new network, and it's going to help us decentralize trade, allowing us to do a lot of our transactions much more peer-to-peer directly and lower our use of intermediaries like companies or banks maybe. I think today everyone can leave understanding something about blockchain at some level. Do you know what we're going to talk about today? It's called blockchain.
What's blockchain?
That's a really good question. It's actually a way that we can trade. Do you know what trade is?
It's when you take turns inside. That's when you give up most of what you want, right?
When you give up most of what you want? Well, sometimes that definitely happens for sure. What if I told you that there's a kind of technology that I work on that means you could trade with any kid all over the world?
Really?
Yeah.
If I could trade with any kid, I would trade. Well, I would trade something I don't like so much.
That's probably a good idea. Maybe somebody else likes it more than you do. So normally when people trade, they have to go to the store or they have to know the person so that they can get what they asked for. With blockchain, You can make that exact same trade, but you don't need the store, and you don't even necessarily need to know the other person. So Ian, do you know what blockchain is?
No.
Have you ever traded or sold anything?
Actually, I'm selling my computer on eBay right now.
That's amazing. What made you decide to trade on eBay?
Well, I mean, I've heard of it and I trust it a lot because they have like all of their guarantees. So I know that I'm going to get money and the person's going to get what they want.
So what if I told you that blockchain technology is basically a tool where you can do the exact same thing, but it goes to you and I directly. You wouldn't need an eBay or a brand in between.
That's cool.
And there's a lot of those kinds of middlemen in our society today, right? We have a lot of banks, we have a lot of companies that sort of help us make sure that our trades happen. But if we could guarantee the same trade using technology as sort of like a technological trust, then we wouldn't really need all those middlemen in between.
So how does it work?
It's basically a network of computers that all have the same history of transactions. And so instead of sort of there being one company with one database that holds all the information, the same sort of list is held by all these different people. Like you could have it on your computer, and then it gets validated by everyone, and basically that turns into the next part of the list. So it's sort of constantly updating itself.
So like, how do you make sure that it's secure?
So it uses cryptography, and that helps it basically encode all of the transactions. So you can't really see exactly what happened, but you know it happened because it's like a marker.
So you could kind of like, I don't know, say you trade apples, but you would just see like random letters for it, so you wouldn't be able to like track it, I guess.
Exactly.
That's cool.
So it's kind of this like really big ledger or accounting system for all sorts of things that get traded, but instead of being owned by one company, it's owned by everybody.
That's cool.
Yeah. We're going to talk about blockchain technology. Have you heard of blockchain?
I've heard of the words blockchain, but I'm not sure I know what it is.
When we were much smaller societies, you and I could trade in our community pretty easily. But as the distance in our trade grew, we ended up inventing institutions, right? If you use Uber or you use Airbnb or you use Amazon even, these are just digital marketplaces and platforms that help us facilitate an exchange of value.
Mm-hmm.
But today we actually have a technology that allows us to trade one-to-one, but at scale, and it's called blockchain technology. There is some kind of interface for it. You could have an app where you could use your computer to do it. But instead of there being a company in the middle, or what's helping you make that transaction is a bunch of software code. And so it's being run by all of these different computers that have like a node. So they're all running the same software and guaranteeing your transactions as they happen.
I mean, I would assume this technology is taking away business or activity from these middlemen.
In some cases, yeah, it is. And a lot of people in the financial industry in particular are looking at it from the banking side of how do we use this technology to trade things like Bitcoin or other tokens that are easier to use instead of today's currency.
Okay, guys, I'm going to stop here. I just want you to understand the beginning of blockchain so that we can get into the discussion. So what is blockchain technology that powers cryptocurrency, and what is Bitcoin based on? Okay, you don't have to answer this, but I wanted you to see this to let you know. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so basically the blockchain is what actually powers Bitcoin, okay, or any other coin that you will see later. But each coin has its own blockchain. And because the blockchain is an open ledger, anyone can see it, anyone can look at it. I mean, today I can tell you who got the last Bitcoin that was mine, okay? And I can show you that on Bitcoin block right here. And I can show you that today is the 21st of March. I mean, March 21st, I'm sorry, March 15, 2001. And then the last block that got mine that someone just received was this Bitcoin and this address, right? And it's a pool. I mean, Binance has a bunch of pool, but mainly people are pooling their resources. And so basically every time a Bitcoin is produced, it's always 6.5 now. Back in 2009, when it first started, every time a Bitcoin was produced, you get 50 Bitcoins, right? Someone mined, you get 50 Bitcoin. But today, it goes half every 4 years, okay? And so my point in telling you this is that Bitcoin is actually on a blockchain, and all the computers in the world are linked on the server, and whoever basically solves this crypto problem gets rewarded with Bitcoin. Now, the thing is, the problem, as it gets harder and harder, the chain gets longer. That's why it's called a blockchain. So you can go back to the chain. Like right now, I can go back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the oldest crypto, right? So cryptocurrency. So I can go back on any of these chain and find out what chain and who got what reward. Are we good? So think of that as that way, and it's a trustless system where nobody has basically governance over. There's no Bitcoin bank, there's no Bitcoin building that you can go to. It's just on the blockchain. And when it gets rewarded, someone gets it and then they keep it. And they keep it in a wallet, or they can exchange it on a market, a crypto market, okay? So let's continue, and then you can. So now the blockchain, as you guys, most people have only heard blockchain. Okay, most people have only heard Bitcoin, and those of you that just heard Bitcoin, my lights are going off. Hold on. Most of you that have heard Bitcoin, you just started hearing Bitcoin, but Bitcoin's been around for over 10 years, so now it's in its third generation. Okay, so on the blockchain, the first generation you heard of was basically the first generation of coins. You have Bitcoin, you have Litecoin, or you have Dogecoin, right? And those of you who use Dogecoin, I'm pretty sure you probably bought it off of Robinhood or somewhere. Okay, Dogecoin is, its use case is these things right here, the first generation. They're just used for payment. And so Bitcoin is still used for payment, right? Bitcoin, Litecoin, these are coins, okay? The second generation comes in are about like 2005, 2006, when they started using a second token. So Ethereum is a token, it's not a coin. And the difference between the two is that Bitcoin, it's just a coin, right? But with Ethereum, it's a coin that has information. So that's why it has smart contract in there. And it's built into the Ethereum blockchain, okay? So I'll show you the Ethereum blockchain in a minute, but with Ethereum, Emily, good question, okay? Smart contracts are basically contracts that are built inside the token. So say a smart contract basically says this is a contract, right? When you put something in and I put something in and we both get it together, then the contract delivers the merchandise. That way you don't have to trust the person, and I don't have to know you, Emily, and you don't have to know me, except that in here, if we put two things together and we sell it, just like on eBay, right? On eBay, you sell something, someone buys it, and then it sends it out. But with eBay, you have to pay eBay for the merchandise. On the blockchain and Ethereum, you don't have to pay anybody because it's already built in. It's kind of like this way. Emily, you ever use Uber or Uber Eats or DoorDash or anything like that? Yeah, you do, right? So when you do that, Victor, I'll get to your question in a minute. When you do that, do you know who's delivering your Uber or delivering your food? You don't, right? You just say, I want McDonald's, and then they send it. So it's kind of like that. That's a smart contract. But in other cases, they can use, like, if I'm going to buy something, these are all the conditions I have. These are the people that give the conditions, and then it gets deployed. That's it. But there's so many different people that it's a trustless system, but because it's a trustless system, it's on the chain so everyone can look at it, so everyone can validate it. It's like if you play a game and you keep score, right? Say you play basketball, right? At the game, Rosemead versus El Monte, and the score is 82-84. If the scorekeeper changes the score to like 82-88, everyone's gonna like, hey, you're wrong, because everyone knows that the score is 82-84, right? So that's kind of like the blockchain. Nobody can change it because everyone has a record of it. Does that make sense? So sports betting use contract as well, and we'll get to that, but I want to go through this for you to see. Now, the third generation right now that we're in the blockchain is scalability and interoperability. And what that means is, first you have Bitcoin, then you have Ethereum, which you can do a lot with the token. It's not a coin, it's a token. And a lot of things are built on the Ethereum blockchain, okay? But the reason is the Ethereum blockchain, every time it does a transaction, it's about like 30 to 35 transactions per second. And because of that, it's too slow, okay? So in comes Polkadot, Kasuma, and a couple other things. Cardano is trying to fix that, but they haven't really finished. That's why, you know, I'll tell you all the story about each of that, Miguel, in a minute. But the team who did Ethereum, okay, the guy who built Ethereum, right? The team that basically created Ethereum, there's like 5 or 6 guys. They basically split up, and one of the founding members went to and created Cardano. One of the founding members went and created Polkadot, okay? Ethereum's trying to, Cardano is fixing that, but they haven't deployed their network yet, right? Because not a lot of things are run on Cardano, where everything is ran on Ethereum. So Polkadot comes in and say, hey, we can make it faster, and people are doing it, okay? And so think about your phone, right? The first thing you use your phone for was to talk to people. That's it, right? This is, you know, 1990, 1992, 93. By 2000, you could send pictures and read emails, but you couldn't really watch YouTube. You couldn't really watch like Netflix on your phone because 4G hasn't really arrived because it's not fast enough, right? You ever wait? I don't know how old you are, but in 3G, you have to wait forever for a network to load, for pictures to load, to watch movies, right? Because your Wi-Fi is slow, whatever. Well, third generation is about that. Scalability is supposed to be faster and better. And in comes Polkadot and Kusama. And then also right here, that's basically, they're letting blockchains talk to each other. Oh, my graph is not there? I apologize. I forgot because I shared. All right, hold on, guys. You guys see my screen again?
Yeah, Mr. Richard.
Okay, I apologize. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, so yeah, if you guys are not on my Nearpod, this is what happened, right? First generation blockchain is basically sending money back and forth. That's it, payment system. That's what Ripple is, right? And Ripple is kind of dead right now, right? And then so you have Ethereum and Cardano, right? They're coming in and they're doing smart contracts. There's also within Ethereum, you also have like, they call it Neo, which is the Chinese Ethereum, right? You have Neo. And then in Korea, they use ICX. So if you want to look up Coin Neo or ICX or Icon, that's the Korean Neo. Okay. So there's a lot of different smart contract platforms, but the main platform that everybody uses is Ethereum, and it's slow because everybody uses it. Okay. So I need you to understand that. I want you to understand everything, not just Bitcoin. Okay. So now we'll go back to Bitcoin, okay? So consider this, Bitcoin is basically the first digital currency which is used and distributed electronically. And you can send Bitcoin anywhere in the world. As long as you have a Bitcoin, you can send somebody, or you can send part of a Bitcoin. You don't have to buy the whole coin, which is worth, I'm sorry, Bitcoin is now 60. It just jumped over the weekend. But it fluctuates from 50 to 55. And then over the weekend, it just jumped to 60, okay? The other thing is Bitcoin is decentralized, right? No single institution or person controls it. But anytime a Bitcoin is sent from one place to another on the blockchain, everybody sees it, okay? And so, I mean, because it's the first one, it's considered, you know, more people buy it than anything else because it's been around and it's accepted. And you can't really print any more. The limited amount is 21 billion Bitcoins, okay? There's only 21 billion, there's no more. It's not like US money where you can keep printing it. Like, we just had a stimulus package that approved. Okay. It's not like gold where you can keep finding gold or diamonds. There's only 21 million because the original guy who wrote the program, and we don't know who he is, but his name is Satoshi Nakamoto. Okay. So basically, he wrote the program, supposedly, or group. There is really no one knows who that person is. Okay. But they wrote the program, and if you run the program and you mine it, you get Bitcoin, and that's it. Richard, please don't do that. Please don't spam me or I'll kick you out of the class. Ricardo, okay? No spamming on BitConnect, please. And I know what BitConnect is. It's actually pretty funny, but it's useless. Okay, anyways. It's stupid. Anyway, Bitcoin, because there's only 21 million, like I said, that's why the price keeps rising, okay? And because it's the first coin, it's adopted, right? It's just like, you can create a better Facebook, 15% better, faster, easier, but there's mass adoption of it. So no one's gonna go to your Facebook because everyone's on this Facebook, okay? And right now, currently, like I said, and if you want, you can go on Cointelegraph, it'll give you more information. Now, people question, is Bitcoin money? So because I teach economics, the definition of money is it's a medium exchange, it's a unit of value, and it's a store of value. So Bitcoin, you can exchange it, right? You can use Bitcoin to buy stuff online. There are Bitcoin ATMs that you can go around the world and buy and sell Bitcoin as well. They have Bitcoin ATMs around California, the nearest one is like 2 miles away. And it's a store of value. So mostly people are using it as if it's digital gold, and that's what Bitcoin is, okay? Now, the 6 characteristics of money, right? Is it durable, portable, acceptable, it's limited supply, it's divisible, and it's uniform. And Bitcoin approves all of this. It does all of that, right? Okay? And so what people mostly buy Bitcoin for is they buy and they hold, but you don't have to buy one Bitcoin, which is $60,000. You can buy partial, a Satoshi of a Bitcoin, okay? So how can you get a Bitcoin or a fraction of it, right? So regardless, you can buy a Bitcoin on an exchange, or people are mining it, but miners are always in pools, and mining is very expensive, but still the cost is worth it regardless, right? Every 10 minutes, right, about 6.5 Bitcoin is mined. So if you look at the blockchain here, or the miner, every 10 minutes there's somebody gets rewarded with Bitcoin. And so the last 10 minutes right here, someone just got 6.25, and it's a pool. They're normally mining pools, right? And so a lot of companies, they mine it, but it's very expensive to mine because it needs a lot of power to mine a Bitcoin. And even if you mine it, you might not get it because someone else will get it. So what happens is, anytime someone does a transfer or something, right, you solve this puzzle of cryptography. And once you're the first group to solve that puzzle, then they reward you with 6.25 Bitcoin, which is this. So if you are able to solve that problem faster than anyone else, then you get the Bitcoin. That's why back in 2009, it was easier because the blockchain isn't long. Now, because it keeps going, so for the last 11 years, the blockchain keeps getting building. Imagine writing a book that never finished. So people keep adding pages to it. So the longer the page, the harder the problem. I mean, you can solve, 1 variable problem, 2 variable problem, maybe 3. But when you start solving like 10 variable problem, it gets harder and harder. And every time someone solves it, it gets harder and harder to solve, right? And so that's why back in the day, you can get Bitcoin on your laptop now you can't anymore. Now they use supercomputers that run a lot of power just to solve that equation. Okay. Anybody have any questions so far? Any questions so far? Guys, I'll get to all these in a minute. I just want to go over this and then we can ask the question. I will get into proof of stake, but can we get through this first, guys? Okay. Guys, I'd like to go through this and we can talk all about that in a minute, right? Mining Bitcoin is not stealing because it's mine. Okay. Maybe I should serve Wednesday for an advanced session. Okay. Now, recently, because today's Bitcoin presentation is for the beginner, if you guys want to talk about proof of stake or proof of work or anything of that, we'll get to it. Bitcoin is proof of work. Ethereum is proof of stake. Okay. So I want to do all this, and then I'll show you how to get a Bitcoin account, e-wallet, and then you can trade. Okay. So today I'm gonna go through these two in a minute, but I just want you to see what's going on. And then here, now I'm going to open for question and answer. And at the same time, I'd like you to hear, if you go on CoinMarketCap right now, these are the tokens that they have. So Bitcoin today is $56,000 worth. Ethereum is the second coin. And when you look at coin, you look at their market cap. So Bitcoin is about 1 trillion market cap. So if you look up here, the whole crypto market, right? All the coins, and there's about 8,799 different types of coins and cryptocurrencies, okay? There's 1.7 billion in crypto market, trillion, I'm sorry, money. And Bitcoin owns about that trillion, so that's why Bitcoin is about 61%. It dominates the market about 61%. And Ethereum here dominates the market about 11%. And then you have all these, okay? So if you look at the top coin, Binance Coin, and then Tether. Tether is basically based on the US dollar. So Tether will never change. It's always a dollar, okay? And then as you go down, you'll see Polkadot, Uniswap, Ripple XRP, and then you can keep going down further. But each one of these tokens does a specific thing. And if you really want to get technical, you can actually, check it. And you can also change, if you just want to see tokens, or if you just want to see anything, there. Okay. No, the advanced course for Bitcoin. How about Wednesday? Okay. I'll ask more advanced, or we'll get into more technical stuff on Wednesday. So everybody, do you guys want to know how to open an e-wallet? So that when you do buy crypto, okay, if you buy crypto on exchanges, like I think Richard said that, if you buy it on Robinhood or something, I advise you not to buy it on Robinhood, because Robinhood basically charges you a high margin and you don't own your crypto. You don't own it. When you buy Bitcoin on Robinhood or those kind of apps, you buy it and it's on your phone, but you can't take it away. It's not, it's paper. It's not your money, okay? You don't have your private key, and so you don't own it, okay? There's different types of wallet, but for introduction, I'm gonna give you guys this basic wallet, and it's called Exodus wallet. And the reason I wanna show you Exodus, because it's on desktop and mobile. And all you do is you go on exodus.com. I will put the link up here. Okay, so if you go on exodus.com and you click on it, and then you can download the wallet. Because I'm on Windows, I just click clear and it downloads, right? Usually it's blocked. Or you can also download it on your phone. It's blocked? Oh, okay. You can also, if you want, you can create an account on Coinbase. No, TD America Trade doesn't, they don't sell crypto. I'm actually on TD America right now. My TD America account right now. I'm actually on it right now. And that's my portfolio. But anyways, TD America does not, okay? So Cash App, you can use Cash App to buy crypto if you have crypto. Okay, Miguel, Binance isn't in the US, okay? If you want to use Binance, not Binance USA, that's not the real Binance. You have to use Binance with CZ, okay? Anyways, guys, if you can't download this, there are other wallets. Coinbase has a wallet, but you have to go through them, or you can go to MetaMask. But MetaMask only runs on Ethereum blockchain, okay? So all the crypto that's run on Ethereum blockchain, you can use MetaMask, and it links to your, it goes onto your add-on right here, so you can always get on there, okay? Anybody? So if you can't get on here, I'll give you the top 10 wallets. But here, you know what? Let me show you. Once you get onto Exodus. Oh no, what happened to my window? Hey guys, are you guys still there?
Yeah.
Where is my Windows? Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna show you. Okay, I'm going to show you when you're on Exodus, okay? And if you guys want the more advanced version, I can show you everything that I trade on Binance. And you can't trade on Binance because you're in the US. But if you use a VPN, then I guess you could. So here, this is the Exodus wallet. I just created one right now. It's actually pretty simple. Once you download the file, you're on Exodus, right? You download the file, you run, and now you have basically the Exodus wallet. And it'll tell you your assets that you have. And right now, I didn't transfer anything into my wallet, but if you can look at it, it has basically a lot of the crypto alphabetized right here. And then when you do have a wallet, remember this. The reason I told you Exodus because it's an easy wallet to use, and it's also on your phone. And the cool thing with Exodus is you can actually basically switch without basically going on an exchange. You can change your Bitcoin to Ethereum and vice versa to most coins, unless you use Uniswap. But that's basically how you do it. And then when you do go on a wallet, remember to back up your wallet. So say if you want to back up your wallet, right? You create a password. So if I use I'm going to kill this wallet anyway, so it doesn't matter, but I want to show you. And every time you create a wallet, it gets built on the blockchain. And then when you do create your wallet, remember, you have to secure your wallet with a password and also a 12-phase key. So you write this down, these 12 words, right, for each spot. And then when you do it, you can also print the phase out if you want. But once you do it, you save it. And then you can import this Exodus wallet anywhere. So if you have a computer, you can redo your wallet, okay? And these are basically your key. And when you do your key, say I open another Exodus wallet on another computer, I just re-put these phrases and I go back and I can get my wallet, okay? And that's basically it for the blockchain. And like I said, you can use your apps, or you can go on the Exodus exchange right here. And say if I have like some Bitcoin and I just want to flip it to Ethereum, I can do the exchange and they'll do it for me, okay? But because you're doing it on the wallet, of course, they're going to charge you a little bit more instead of going online and finding any of these. So if you have Bitcoin and say you want to buy like your Dogecoin right here, and you can use Bitcoin to buy Dogecoin, or you can go back and forth, okay? Dogecoin got popular because of Robinhood, because it's on their app. Robinhood basically bought a bunch of Dogecoin and then sold it to people. And then when people started buying Dogecoin, it went back up. And that's why it's popular. It's popular because people have access to Robinhood. But honestly, Dogecoin isn't, there's nothing you can do except send it to people. Or you can hold it and hopefully it'll go up to $1 and you make money. But if it doesn't, it goes down and you lost money, right? It's just like stocks. So does anybody have any questions? One other thing. An electronic wallet is basically your email account. You have a wallet and you have an email, right? And so, you have an email and you have a, hold on guys, I'm gonna show you my old Ethereum wallet so you'll see what I mean. This is my old Ethereum wallet. And I use MEW, which is my, here, I'll go back. This is my old Ethereum wallet with an address, right? This address is my address for my Ethereum wallet. And so if I want to send anything here, anybody want to send anything here, they can, right? And I don't have that much Ether on here, but these are all the tokens that I used to hold, right? And I also have like ICOs that I used to, like, instead of IPO, I run ICOs. And these are all like the ER20 tokens that I used to have. Like Kasha, I had this many Kasha at one time. And that's about $40,000 today, right? I had this many QuickChain. I had a lot of stuff going on. And it dates back like pretty long, about 3 years ago. Some of them even go longer. But these are my Ethereum wallets. And I even had other stuff. And then, I send stuff out and I send stuff in. But when you have your wallet, basically, this is kind of like an email address. And then your password is your email password. So if anybody gets your password, then they can get into your email account. Just like if anybody has your password, then you can, they can get into here as well. That's basically what it is. So anytime you open a wallet, just remember that. Now, here's the thing. When you lose your wallet and your key, that's it. No one holds your wallet and key except you. That's why you hear people who lost millions of dollars in Bitcoin. That's because they lost their key. And it's not like a bank where you can get it back. Also, if you send your Bitcoin to someone else, there's no reverse. It's not like the bank where, I sent my money accidentally, can I get it back? No, once you send it, that's it. So the only way you can get it back is if they send it back. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm opening for question and answer. Does anybody have any questions for me? Let me go on my MetaMask and you'll see. I can run MetaMask now and show you what wallet I have on there. I have like 3 or 4 different wallets. MetaMask is for Chrome, which is kind of cool. And the reason you want to use MetaMask is because a lot of exchanges, the decentralized exchange, like Uniswap or PancakeSwap or any of those exchanges, they basically interact with you. So you don't have to go, I gotta do this. I'm not gonna show you my face key, but I'll do that later. Anyways. Okay, and then when I do that, I can import my wallet on here. So if I were to do this, I enter my face key. Remember the key that I showed you, the 12 words that I have? If I input those 12 words on my MetaMask in my home to here, then my MetaMask would open and I can use MetaMask here. Okay. You can still trace Monero. It's hard, but you can do it. Okay. The new Monero is this one, Victor Fala. Check out Fala. It's the new Monero, and the coin market is pretty slow. I do have Bitcoin, Luis. I have Ethereum, I have Bitcoin. I have stuff that I stored for 3 years ago that I haven't looked at. And I have stuff that I saved just so that one day I'm going to give each of my kid a Bitcoin. So, look up Fala. That's the new Monero. Because it's run on, it runs on Cosmo and Polkadot, and it's actually good. So, a couple of things. Going back to CoinMarketCap, right? There are a lot of coins. If you look at the coin, I'll show you how to look at CoinMarketCap. So let's look at, say, Ethereum, right? When you look at Ethereum, this is the price it has. And then for how many you want to go back, the years. And then look at the market. This is where they sell Ethereum, right? And then who are they pairing it with? USDT and Tether. Oh, by the way, in order to get into crypto, you have to have either a bank account or a credit card. But in most places, you can't buy crypto unless you have digital coin. That's why the entryway into cryptocurrency is either Ethereum or Bitcoin. So in order to buy them, you got to have them. Unless you're on Robinhood and stuff and you have your stocks already, you just use it to buy. But like I said, when you buy those, you don't own it, okay? Bitcoin ATMs, yeah, Victor, you can do that too. You can go to Bitcoin ATM and I'll show you how to do it. Or the better way, Victor, if you don't want to go on Bitcoin ATM, you go meet somebody that's selling Bitcoin in the area. There's a lot of guys that sell and buy Bitcoin in the area. You can look them up and then you go and you meet them at a Starbucks or whatever. You give them the money and they send you the Bitcoin, and then there's no transaction fee except for whatever they sent. Because if you buy with Bitcoin ATM, in your area, right here, there's a couple of Bitcoin ATMs right here. If you go on Coin Radar, and you can find Bitcoin ATMs in your area. So if you want, you can just check down in here in LA, and then we're gonna go to Los Angeles, and then right here in El Monte, there's these places that have Bitcoin ATMs. You good, Victor? And what happens is when you go there, you give them your e-wallet, right? And so like, I can't show you on here, but on your, here, I'll show you on my phone, okay? So on my say my wallet address. I'll go to my Bitcoin ATM for you, and you'll see. I use Coinbase Pro. I use Coinbase, but I use Coinbase Pro because the fees are a lot cheaper. And so on there, say you want to buy Bitcoin, right? And you want to buy it, but you have to find a way to get it to you. So here, so this would be my Bitcoin ATM. Why is the camera on this side? Okay, so like I have a UPC code, right? QR code. So when you go buy Bitcoin ATM, you put your money in or your whatever in, and then you give them this, and then they scan it in there, and now you have Bitcoin basically. Right? And then I have a wallet address for whatever you need. If you guys want, the best way to start is just Coinbase, just because it's so easy to use. But download Bitcoin, Coinbase. Open the app. You own the, once you, here on Exodus, let's go back to Exodus again. Once you run the program, the wallet is yours already. And that's basically it. And then, so if you want here, I'll show you. Let's go back to Exodus. I'm gonna share my whole window. Okay, that way I don't have to go back and forth. You guys can see my window, right? The whole window. Can you see my whole window? Okay. Well, Exodus is this one. Okay, so on Exodus, say you have Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? And then you click on the wallet itself. So here, there's more. You can add as many coins as you want, but going back, this is your wallet. Say you have Bitcoin, right? Okay, this is your Bitcoin. You can't see it?
No.
Okay. Okay, there you go. You'll see it now. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so once you download Exodus and you open it, it's already your wallet, okay? So you want to secure it first by basically put security on it and back it up by creating your password and your key and everything. 2 passwords, and then the paper backup would be your paper key where the 12 things. Remember I told you? Like, put your password first. And then I put my... I'm gonna show you the process. And then you do it again. And then now you have to write these 12 words down. And these 12 words will be your paper wallet. So that if you ever lose or forget your password, you run Exodus one more time and you say you want to back up a wallet, or you say you have a wallet, and then they'll tell you to put in these 12 words in the section. Like what's number 4? The word is tip. What's number 10 is seminar. And then you get your wallet, right? And then they check your paper, right? So I don't remember what it was, but then I'll ask you, seminar was 10, right? What is the last word that belongs to your paper wallet? So if you didn't memorize that, then you're in trouble, right? So if I print this right now, you'll see it. Yeah. So if I print it right now and I say, you know, and then I go back and I import it, and that's how you secure your wallet. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then if you look at what you have, right? Say my assets are, say I have Bitcoin, right? And my assets, if you want to look at your Bitcoin or your Ethereum or your more. So then if, say you're on Bitcoin, if you want to send Bitcoin, you click send, and then they ask for an address, right? So whatever address, remember my Ethereum address? So here, let's go back. Instead of Bitcoin, say I want to send Ethereum, right? And I want to send it, they're going to ask you for an address. And so say I want to send it to my other address here. Then I copy my address here. I can click copy here. I import the address, right? And then how many I want to send, I can put an amount. I can send half, and then I press send. And it'll send it right away. And with Ethereum, it should be pretty fast. With Bitcoin, it might take you 10 to 15 minutes, okay? Now, if you want to receive, like someone want to pay you, then you click on that and they can just QR scan it. Or this is your address, right? So if I want to receive, this address is like, you know, when I had this address. Or you can also email it, or you can actually view it on the blockchain. Like right now, if I view this address that I just created, it's on Etherscan, which is the Ethereum blockchain. See, my address is on the Ethereum blockchain already. And every time you create a wallet, it goes on the blockchain and everyone sees it, but no one knows who owns it. Well, some people could. Does that help answer your question, Victor? Victor, if someone has the paper words, then they have access to your wallet. Because all they have to do is run Exodus and type in the paper wallet number, and they get it. That's why paper wallets, you have to find a way to secure the word, okay? Or else someone will have it. That's why you store it in a safe place, or you do whatever you want. You know, save it or something. Any questions, guys? How about this? Today was the intro. If you want to come back for the advanced class where I'll show you how to open a I can show you how to open an account on an exchange, right? Like Coinbase or anywhere else. They have different types of exchanges that you can go to. Or any advanced questions about different crypto, I can answer that question.